Hey guys, welcome back to another r/Am I the A-hole? Buckle up guys, because this one is going to be a doozy. Am I the a-hole for undermining my sister-in-law's parenting and making her daughter hate her? I, 38 female, have two daughters, 13 and 8, with my husband Max, 40 male. Max's sister Rose, 30 female, has an 11-year-old daughter, Anna. Rose never told us who Anna's dad is, and he is not in the picture. Max's mom helped Rose with childcare till she graduated college. Unfortunately, she, Max's mom, passed in 2020 due to COVID. Rose had to leave city for a month for her work. She asked if we could take in Anna, and we agreed. In our house, my kids are responsible for washing their own dishes and putting them in dishwasher, putting clothes in laundry, and cleaning up their own messes. I don't assign any chores or have them help out anymore because I believe they should use that time for studying or other activities they partake in. But they also don't have phones and have to use laptop in common areas, so they are not goofing off. They both read a lot, which I love as a bookworm myself. They don't have a bedtime or rule to keep their rooms perfectly clean. I was raised in a house where both these existed, and I hated them. Little messiness, while ruining aesthetic, won't kill me. I do teach them all life skills, such as cooking, cleaning, laundry, shopping, etc. Even my 8-year-old knows this. I just do this during vacations. I don't like taking time away during school year. They are expected to do well in school and get into activities, which they do. This was surprising to Anna when she came to live with us. Rose had strict rules about bedtime, room cleanliness, and asked Anna to help with all chores. My bookworm, school-oriented kids made Anna want to study more. She asked if I could help her study like I helped my kids. I said yes, and she performed really well in school that month. Her A's went up on our fridge with our cousins, and we were all happy for her. But when Rose came back last month and took Anna home, her grades started dropping again. Anna blamed Rose for making her work so hard and said, "Oh, I hate you. I wish OP was my mom." Oh. Rose called and blamed me for putting ideas into her daughter's head. That she doesn't have a partner and can't maintain a perfect house like me. She said I was an a-hole for undermining her parenting and making her daughter hate her. Am I the a-hole? Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's read some of the comments that were left. Not the a-hole, but also an a-hole for thinking using phones is inherently goofing off, but reading isn't. You can read goofy, useless crap, and you can do goofy, useless crap on a phone. 80% of what I do online, which could be done on a phone, is at least as useful as reading. And that's not speculation. I actually love reading too. Arguably, it's better than a lot of reading if it's just fiction too, but let's not get too judgy. As long as you know what they are doing on the phone, they should be allowed. Scrolling on Instagram and Twitter equals essentially useless unless they have a specific hobby they can only find content there for. But if they are doing stuff like watching YouTube tutorials for their hobbies, they are actually learning things. Not the a-hole. It sounds like you are an intentional mom who has clear priorities and uses those priorities to provide just the amount of structure your children need. They sound like they are thriving. It also sounds like your sister-in-law is rearing a child with thought and effort. She's working, and when she needed to be out of town, she asked a safe person to take care of her. You don't mention your niece being miserable to have around, so it sounds like your sister-in-law is working hard to rear a good human. She expects the child to do some basic chores and enforces a set bedtime. She isn't going to have the summer off to spend more time during life skills during summer break. She's going to be managing childcare without school structure. She knows her child needs to be more independent because there isn't another living adult at the house. For example, if Rose is sick in bed for a day with a stomach virus, Anna needs to be able to make herself supper. There isn't a second adult there to do it. She doesn't have a spouse/partner, and her main support person, her mother, passed 3 years ago. Of course, things were a little easier for your niece at your house. There are 2 functioning adults, 2 adults sharing the paid work and housework responsibilities, 2 adults giving the other the peace of mind that they are not solely responsible, 2 adults who can tag team to let the other breathe and restore themselves, assuming the marriage is a healthy and happy one. Having 2 adults sharing the physical, relational, and emotional burdens reduces the ambient stress in the house, and it can mean each adult has more bandwidth. Anna also spent a month with her 2 cool cousins who know the routine and set positive norms/examples for Anna to follow. It has to be fun to have your children as siblings for a month, and it's easier to follow the expectations when the children around you are. She was probably also less lonely. Also, there was probably a good bit of novelty in living in someone else's life for a week. So many parents wish they could do more for their children. Sometimes they feel limited by money. Sometimes they feel limited by their own emotional capacity. Sometimes they feel limited by the amount of responsibility per adult and wish there were 2 or 4 adults so that there was more free time in the system. There are benefits and downsides to models where generations of a family system live together and share responsibilities and resources. But even then, parents might still wish they could do for their children what other families are able to do for their children. It is human nature. I think your parenting sounds fantastic, and I could see many reasons why Anna would enjoy being with you all. I think it is wonderful that you parent so intentionally, and that you took Anna in for a month and raised her as your own. What a gift! I also can see why your Rose might also feel painfully aware of what she wishes she could do if she didn't have to work so much to support their family. And so seeing how much Anna enjoyed it probably really hurts. It wasn't cool that she treated you as she did. Better that she get angry with you than with Anna, but still not cool. I get it though. It would be tough to be in her shoes. It sounds like Anna would benefit from some conversation about how different family structures allow for the adults to have more bandwidth to relate differently. It isn't that her mother is mean or a terrible parent, and it might be that if Rose is able to cool down and process her hurt and disappointment, she can move through to a place where she talks with curiosity with you about the things you did that helped Anna in school. She might find that some things are not possible for her to incorporate given her constraints, but some other things might totally be possible. Way to go being a great aunt. I hope that you and your sister-in-law are able to find a way through where your gifts and generosity can be ongoing support to Anna and not experienced as threatening to Rose. This one is definitely not the a-hole. This one has nothing really to do with OP. This sounds like it's between the mother and daughter, and the mother needs to be the adult and work it out with her child. I mean, it seems like the child just kind of brought that up in a fit of anger and stress, and probably didn't really truly mean it. I mean, I think we all at some point when we were little go to our friend's house and say, oh, I wish my friend's parent were mine instead. I think at some point a lot of us have said that or thought that. It doesn't mean it's true. It's just a thought we have as a child. And that is absolutely not OP's fault that the kid said that either. It's also not the kid's fault. I mean, she's 11. But I can also see why the mother is angry. Not that it's justified. It's more, I can see maybe she doesn't want to be mad at the child. So she's directing that anger towards the only other person there is, which is OP, the aunt. But my thoughts, definitely not the a-hole here.